You're right.
Today we're going to be trialling these new Sillosocks decoys that we've been given. They're looking fantastic with this wind. Constantly give like a bobbing action. It's hopefully going to attract in the pigeons on this freshly cut field of rape.
Whipping he will. Oh, I didn't miss it.
Okay, it's start the season and as ever we're chasing the old geese. We've done quite a bit of recon in the last couple of weeks and they've been hitting this field for about a week now. There's crops all around it, but this is one of the only stubbles left, so we've been targeting quite heavily. There's about 200 Canadas coming and about 100 greylags, and we're using the Sillosocks Decoys to try and see how they perform, and hopefully tonight we're going to draw some in. We've got the decoys set out in roughly a V formation with a big pocket left out in front of us. Hopefully that's going to bring the geese in to within shooting distance of a couple of 3 hides that I've got with me and my mates. So best thing now is get tucked in. We've probably got an hour before they start coming in, and just a patience game really.
They're going to come from behind the trees. They're coming down the hedge line at the back. Keep calling now, they come straight over the back of us. Keep down. Take them on the fly.
Yeah, take them on the flight for over.
Keep calling, the big skein up there.
Well done, lads.
That's 3.
Right now.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is good.
Okay, it's the start of the season and we've just decided to pull the decoys. We've shot a dozen geese tonight, a team of 6-8 guns, and we've had a really great time, haven't we guys?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
They've decoyed very well, they've come into the pattern. We set up 2 particular skeins with like a central corridor for them to come into, and it's worked very well. So we've had enough sport, we want to be back out again next week, so we're going to go down the pub now for 1 hour. Well done, chaps.
Sounds good, yeah.
It's the end of August and it's not quite the wildfowling season, but there's so many Canada geese here in Staffordshire at the moment. The farmers are up in arms about them, so it's a really good time for us to do some control once the crops are off on these stubbles. So we've just set the pattern up. It's what time? About 5:30, 6 o'clock. It's just breaking light and already we can hear the geese calling, so we're going to get ourselves tucked in. And you were watching this field last night, weren't you, Gareth?
Yeah, watching it last night. There's probably 300 to 400 on here. So.
Well, fingers crossed we've got a good pattern. Get ourselves tucked in this edge and let's see what we can do.
Lovely. Yep.
Gareth, what a fantastic morning we've had. We've had about an hour and a half flight. It's been amazing. Tell me this week, what have you been seeing this week?
Early hours of the morning, been watching them coming in off the quarries, 300-400 coming into the fields, and on an evening as well.
We're really fortunate in the Trent Valley that we've got series after series of gravel workings, and historically for years we've had Canada geese around here, but the numbers are building up. Good girl. The numbers are building up, and just some of the other lads arriving to help pick us up. The numbers are building up and we really do need to control them, so this has been a great morning's sport, but also crop protection as well, so thanks for that, mate. We've really enjoyed it.
Deal with them, do you? You don't have to deal with them, do you?
Okay, so this is our haul for this morning. Absolutely fantastic time with these guys here. Jason's just joined us. He was the other side of the wood and he's put another dozen of 15 geese in here. So we've ended up with 33 Canada geese, and it's really important that we point out that we're doing this as part of crop protection as well, because there's thousands of geese in this area of the Trent Valley of Staffordshire, and I mean, this is how much they eat when they're out on the crops. In another month's time, when they're planting everything out, the farmer's going to be so chuffed when we call in a minute and show them what we've got. But thank you guys for the sport. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great season. If this is the start of it, well, what a great start.
Just going to start off with a few Sillosocks out here and maybe set out a whirly. These work, it's quite breezy today, so these will work quite well. So just going to stick a few of these out, a few full bodies, and hope to get a couple a bit quick for the whirly and see if that will bring them in. It's just a case of trial and error today. They haven't been shot at too much, so they're not tame, but they haven't seen the whirlies, they haven't seen the flappers for a few weeks, so it's all new to them, and they tend to decoy a bit better this time of year.
Geese have big feet, great for swimming, not so good for tiptoeing across crops and lawns, so when 200 Canadas start dropping into Crow's space, he needs them gone.
Every year they come in, what they do is they just come in, they shovel away at the banks of the pond all the way around. They come out onto the lawn and make a hell of a mess out on the lawn. Sometimes they come in the evening, sometimes in the morning. Pushed them off last night, get them away.
Even though we are a good few miles from the sea, shooting wildfowl in England and Wales means using non-toxic shot. Crow sets up 2 hides in the darkness, one for Mark and the other for him and Les, bringing it to 3 guns. To help lure them in, he's been sent some Sillosocks Canadas from UK Shoot Warehouse. Crow really likes the way they move and the fact they make light work. You can carry a whole gaggle's worth at a time.
Wind goes in there, you face them into the wind. Wind goes in there and keeps them like that. They rot. They do look quite effective as it goes. The pigeon ones, they work well, and the crow ones look well. Especially when it's windy, they work bloody well.
Dropped in quite early for us there. Obviously we've got to be careful where we shoot. That's all the safe direction there. Really we wanted them a little bit higher, so after I've shot they went up straight out and straight forward over Andy, but they didn't. They kind of turned around and went back, which is a bit of a shame, but hopefully we'll get some more skeins coming and it should be a little bit different.
The second skein is only a few minutes later while Crow and Ruby are collecting the birds. Again, Mark shoots 2 for 2 and Les gets a good shot across the field. With so many birds about, this is not one for the pot, although these will all be eaten. It's a pest control job.
That's all it is, it's just pest control. When you look at the mess they're doing on the lawn, it's just a pain in the neck, they really are. But yeah, well, we're shooting now and hopefully they'll come back again this evening and shoot a few more. But just want them off, the governor's going mad about it. But I'll get back to the idea, some more coming.
Oh yeah, here we go, lovely.
The birds have unfortunately arrived in big lumps, giving us less opportunity really to make a big impression. But the ones that do come on their own are dealt with in style. Mark delivering a textbook headshot.
Well, yeah. When they come into a lake, you know, when they're decoying, They've got a nice white illuminated side on their cheek, you see, so you can really see that. And if you focus hard on that point, it's always nice and ethical to kill something very quickly, rather than see it, you know, walk away. So you'd rather just shoot them straight for the front end in the head, and they just drop straight away. It's lights out. It's the best way to shoot them. Obviously, when they're up in the air, say 40, 50 yards up, you can see all the breast, and that's nice and white, so you can see that, but you don't get this on the low side shooting. So yeah, we've done well there. I reckon we got half a dozen, maybe 8 already. So we're doing all right, to be fair.
It looks like we've had the best fit when another straggler heads over.